Okay, so today we're going to be talking about multiplying and dividing powers of 10 and also rounding. Some key terms we want to remember is place value chart. What I'm drawing right now is a place value chart. We want to separate the lines so we can make spaces to put our places. In the boxes with me on the top, you're going to put in the place values. So we're going to have 1,000,000, 100,000, 10,000, 1,000, your ones place, and then you have your tenths place and your hundredths place. You're going to want to add these two dots to represent the decimals so you can tell what you're separating when it goes into decimals or not. So the first problem we're going to do is 1,000,000 divided by 10. So what you're going to want to do first is draw a line right down the middle. This is going to separate the original number, and then the process that we're going to do is going to equal our answer on the bottom half of the horizontal line. So you're going to put a 1 in the million place to represent 1,000,000. And then when we divide it by 10, we're going to go, you want to remember to move the place value. So you're going to go down 1, and you're going to almost take off a 0, and you're going to be in the 1/100th. So what you're going to have is 1/100th. And you can see that more visually better by putting zeros in the place values that we didn't fill in. Next, we're going to do multiplying, and it's going to be a similar process. You're also going to make a place value chart. So with that, you're going to do the same thing, but to make it easier, you can, instead of writing out the word 1,000,000, 100,000, 10,000, you could just write in the number. So that's what we're going to do here. Once that's done, remember to put our decimal points in, and then we're going to draw that line. So the problem we're going to do is 0.9 times 10. So we're going to put a 9 in the 1/10, the 10th spot, the 10th place, because that's what we're doing. We have 9/10. That's what we have. So we're going to do that. And then we want to multiply it by 10. So we want to move to the left 1. Remember, we're not moving the decimals over to the right. That's the old way of thinking. We're going to move the place value to the left. 1 place value, because we only multiplied it by 10. If we had multiplied it by 100, then we would have moved it 2. So now we're going to go on to rounding. So what you want to do is make another smaller place value chart. And in this one, we're going to have our hundredths, our tens place, our ones place, and then the tens place. So for this problem, it's going to be a practice. We're going to break down 264. So what you want to do is you're going to make multiple lines because it's a larger number. We want to put a 2 in the hundredths place, a 6 in the tens, and a 4 in the ones, because we have 2 hundreds, 6 tens, and 4 ones. So to do this, we're going to move it down, showing that 264 would be the same as 26 tens and 4 ones. So 26 tens, if you pull it to the side, is 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, and so on. So once you have that, we're just going to continue breaking it down, showing that 264 can then move into 264 ones, because then you'd have 1 plus 1 plus 1, 264 times. And then you go even further if you want to move all the way down your place value chart, and it's showing that 264 would be the same as 2,640 tenths. Okay? So now let's do a practice. Let's do some problems. We're going to show you how to do the number line first. So with rounding, you're going to get that number, and then we're going to put it on a number line. So when we do the number line, we're going to want to draw almost like an arrow, and we're going to do it with each place value. So you can do it with whatever's being asked, whether it's the tens, the ones, or the tens. So what you're going to want to do is make an arrow like. At the bottom of the arrow, you're going to have your 8, and at the top, you're going to put 9, and then you're going to make a dash in the middle for the 8.5. So if it's between 8 and underneath 8.5, you're going to stay at 8. And if it's 8.5, you're going to stay there, and if it's above, you're going to go to 9. So you're going to make a dash on 8.2, because that's the number that's right to the right of 8. So we're going to do the same thing for the tenths. So we had 8.2, so you're going to stay at 8 because it was lower. So you're going to put the 2 at the bottom, 3 at top, and 2.5 in the middle. We're going to go look at the back, and you see we have 2.5, so we're just going to stay at 2.5. You're not going to round up. But this one though, we have 5.0, so you're just going to stay at 5. Now we're going to try another one. On this one, we're going to incorporate both the place value chart and the number line. We have our tenths, we have our hundredths, and we have our thousandths. We're going to make our first number 2.239. Then we're going to make that second line where we're going to bring it down to the right. We're going to move the place value. You're going to have 23 tenths. And you're just going to continue this process so you can see that they're all the same. The tenths. You're going to make that arrow drawing again and make your middle line. Then you write your ones number at the bottom, and then the 3 at the top, and then in the middle you put your 2.5. We see we have 2.2, and you mark it on the scale, and then you circle 2 because it's below. You're going to do the same thing with the tenths. Lastly, we're going to have our challenge questions. I'm not going to do a voiceover for this part because I think you can work on your own, but follow the video if you have any questions, and feel free to pause and rewind and to see where you might have trouble or you need clarification on.